Let's practice solving. This should be a review for you, and the idea is to get the variable alone, and you got to do the opposite operation. So the opposite of subtracting 10 would be adding 10. If we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other side, the number on the other side of the equal sign. So this cancels out that 10, and it leaves me with v equals -9 plus 10 is +1. So that's how you undo subtraction. The operation going on here between the x and the 5 is division. So the opposite of dividing is multiplying. You multiply by the denominator, the number on the bottom. That's going to cancel that out. If you multiply this side by 5, you have to multiply the other side by 5. So we have x equals 10. There's two operations going on here. We have a -9, but we also have a division going on. So the first thing we're going to do is the order of operations backwards. So we're going to do the adding before we undo this fraction. So we're going to add 9 to both sides. That cancels this 9 out. You bring down the whole thing, the whole fraction, just as it is, n over 4. On this side, -7 plus 9 is +2. To undo the fraction, we have to multiply, because this is a division bar. This is like saying n divided by 4. So to undo divide, we have to multiply. If you multiply this side, you have to multiply the other side. This cancels out the 4. It leaves me with n equals 8. On number 8, there is addition going on and division, but it's all in one fraction. So to undo the division that's going on, we have to multiply both sides by the denominator, which is 3. If we multiply this side by 3, we have to multiply the other side. That cancels out the 3, and it leaves me with 9 plus m. 2 times 3 is 6. Now we have addition going on. This is a +9. To undo +9, we subtract 9 from both sides. That cancels it out, leaving me with m equals -3. In number 18, we have distribution. I know you guys remember distribution. We're going to have to multiply the number that's touching the parentheses by both things inside the parentheses. So we're going to write down the 8 because that doesn't change right now. We're going to write down the 8v because that's not involved in the distribution. -4 times v is -4v. -4 times +8 is -32. The second step is we have to get our like terms together. So the like terms, they both have v's, this 8 and this -4. So 8 minus 4, that's what we're going to be doing. Remember, the sign goes with the number behind it. So 8 minus 4 is 4v, and then the 32 just tags along at the end. Now we want all our letters on one side, our numbers on the other. So we need to get rid of this -32. To undo a -32 or a -32, we have to add it. If we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other. So that cancels that out. I'm going to rewrite it over here on this side. Now we have 40, 32 plus 8, that's where the 40 comes from, equals 4v. The 4 and the v are attached by multiplication. To undo multiply, we have to divide. We divide on both sides. You always have to do everything to both sides to keep it balanced. 40 divided by 4 is 10 equals V. Number 21, again, we have distribution. Let's do that first. 8 times 4, 32K. 8 times negative 4, negative 32. Then we just write down this one, other side, the way that it is. Now, we have variables on both sides, here and here. We have to get them all on the same side. I always move my variables to the side where the biggest variable is. So 32 is bigger than negative 5. So I'm going to move my negative 5 over to the 32. And I always move my variables first before my plain numbers. So 32K plus 5K equals 37K. Don't forget to write down the negative 32. You just bring it down the way that it is. This has canceled out. We have a negative 32 on the other side. We want K alone, so we need to undo subtraction of 32 by adding 32. Adding 32 to both sides. That leaves me with 37K equals 0, because negative 32 plus 32 is 0. We still have to undo this multiplication that's going on between the 37 and the K, so we're dividing both sides by 37. If you put in your calculator 0 divided by 37, or 0 divided by anything, you're always going to get 0. So K equals 0.